Good afternoon, I am Precious Mzeya Sakaleji. Welcome to Camnet TV Media News. The headlines. BIZWEL writes to law enforcement wings to investigate PF officials. Bowman Lusambo challenges the court's decision to nullify the KABUSHI parliamentary seat. Join me with the details after this commercial.
Team, the trajectory of the business looks very positive, and it looks like we'll be able to launch the ministry.
There's so much data.
Mom?
Yes, baby?
It says here, global warming and climate change is caused by the pollution from careless activities of human beings.
Wow!
Son, do you know I can turn my phone into a TV remote?
How's that possible?
It's so easy. Check this out.
Be smart, be fast with mega data from Zamtel. Get your 15 GB mobile data for only 100 kwacha, 30 GB mobile data for only 200 kwacha, and your 70 GB LTE data bundle with free Netflix, YouTube, Facebook, and WhatsApp. Visit our Facebook page, website, or service centers countrywide for more information. Zamtel, your digital lifestyle partner.
And other media news in detail. Traders at Saturday Market in Chipata District, Eastern Province have vowed to continue vending despite the 7-day ultimatum in which their need to vacate the street is coming to an end. Those interviewed by Camnet TV News say they are ready to face law enforcement wings, saying no amount of force will compel them to leave the street. The marketers justify that there is no proper shelter and sanitation in the market, adding that it cannot accommodate everyone.
The issue of street vending is not new to Zambia, as most parts of the country face this challenge. According to the law, street vending is illegal and is a violation of the Public Health Act, Cap 295 of the Local Government Act No. 2 of the laws of Zambia. Eastern Province Chipata District is no exception to street vending. Last week, the Chipata City Council issued a 7-day ultimatum for all traders along Umozi Highway and outside Saturday Market to vacate the street, but the traders have vowed to disregard the directive.
Bowman, ituone botika. Ngati sauna botika. Sasa sitizachoka, bana sitizachoka. Ora kutafuna futi branch sitizachoka.
Those interviewed by Camnet TV News say they are ready to face law enforcement wings, saying no amount of force will compel them to leave the streets. The marketeers justify that there is no proper shelter and sanitation in the market, adding that it cannot accommodate everyone.
Saturday market bantu okala inkola market koma shofuta market ni ngono pale panga ngale bantu so tukomisaka konza market so ngati bakonza market bantu bazalo lamulo likomba mwili ngatakambi kwa wantulo but market ni ngono sasa watu wanalipanga so kana kwa
Chipata City Council Public Relations Manager Charity Mutonga has advised traders to uphold the directive to get off the street by 23rd November 2021.
This time around, we've got the backing of various other offices, including the office of the provincial minister, and the DC has also come on board. Everybody else is working in line with moving them out of the streets. So we are just reminding them that as of tomorrow, Tuesday, everybody is going to should be out of the streets. If they do not follow through with the notice that was given, then we will be forced to get them out ourselves. Why we give them notices so that they should do it at their own pace. In an amicable manner, they move out. But if they're going to wait and try to see, more like provoke the council or dare the council to see what's going to happen next, we're just going to say, let's wait for the expiration of the grace period, which is tomorrow.
What is the way forward on this matter? As traders vow to defy the directive, only time will tell. Patrick Soko, Camnet News.
Patriotic Front member of the Mobilization Committee, BIZWEL, has written to some law enforcement agencies to officially request for investigations into all Patriotic Front members, especially those that served at government level and their allies. Mr. Mutale says this is part of the rebranding process that the party should undergo in readiness for 2026. He notes that the members of the public have continuously come out in accusing the Patriotic Front party, former government ministers, officials and party officials of being a party and a government of wrongdoing, hence his decision to ask investigative wings to begin a lifestyle audit. Mr. Mutale has since written and successfully delivered letters to the Office of the Auditor General, the Drug Enforcement Commission and the Anti-Corruption Commission.
That have been happening in Patriotic Front, I have brought them before the President of the Republic of Zambia, then President Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, now our PF President. I have brought it before him. I have raised concerns. I have raised the concerns to relevant authority within the party. I served as a National Mobilization Committee member. I have made sure that the message I preach to the people do coincide with the manifest of the Patriotic Front. Today I come to confirm the letters have been sent. The Auditor General, the letter has been delivered and they have confirmed that the letter has been received. Anti-Corruption Commissioner, they have confirmed that the letter has been received. Drug Enforcement Commission, the letter has been delivered and they have confirmed that the letter has been received. Zambia Revenue Authority, they have confirmed that the letter has been received. PF Secretariat, to the Deputy Secretary General, the letter has been delivered and he confirmed receipt of the letter. The letter has also been sent to our party president, His Excellency Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu.
In other news, an investigative officer from the Anti-Corruption Commission has told the Lusaka Magistrate Court that former State House Press Aide Amos Chanda's sister-in-law, Ruth Mlenga, instructed two female ACC officers to walk backwards with closed eyes while entering a particular room in Woodlands at one of Mr. Chanda's property during an investigation. Lomtuzi Billy, 35, told Lusaka Chief Resident Magistrate Dominic Makalachi that Miss Mlenga also asked her and other female officers to gather all their strength before they entered the bedroom where they needed to conduct a search, as no one can access the room apart from its owner. This is in a matter in which former State Press Aide Amos Chanda, his wife and sister-in-law are accused of using insulting language and obstructing ACC officers.
On Monday, the Magistrate Court in Lusaka heard a 4-hour testimony from an Anti-Corruption Commission female investigative officer who testified how she and her colleague were instructed to enter a bedroom while moving backward with eyes closed at one of the properties in Woodlands area believed to belong to Mr. Amos Chanda. Testifying in a case where former State House Press Aide Amos Chanda, his wife Mabel Chanda and sister-in-law Ruth Mlenga facing a charge of using insulting language and obstructing SCC officers, Lomutuzi Billy testified that on the 27th of October 2021, when SCC officers went to conduct a search in Woodlands at a property believed to belong to Mr. Chanda, they were showered and baptized with insults. The witness testified that when they commenced conducting a search on a house that is alleged to belong to a Brenda Nakaunga, Mabel Chanda and Ruth Mlenga denied them entry in one of the bedrooms, but when SCC male officers used reasonable force to open the door, they were told that only female officers could enter the said room. The witness narrated before court that before she could enter the said room, she was told by one of the accused, Ruth Mulinga that she needed to gather all her strength. The witness said the statement made her body chilled as she wondered what would make anyone to tell her to gather all her strength before entering a room. She said she was gripped with fear when she was told that she needed to enter the room backward if she was to conduct a search, but she had no option than to continue with her duty. As the highly restrictive search began, as described by the witness, the SEC female investigative officer said the accused number 3, Ruth Mulinga, spit saliva on everything they touched in that room, and she continued showering them with insults while giving them command on where to search. Earlier, the witness had testified that Amos Chanda's sister-in-law passed a comment that no one enters the said room as the owner does not allow anyone to enter that room. Meanwhile, after the witness concluded with her testimony, the defense made an application if the case was properly before court, as all the complainants, including prosecutors, were from the SEC. Chief Resident Magistrate Dominic Makalachi has since reserved ruling to the 13th of December 2021. Miriam Kemba, reporting for Camnet TV News.
Former KABUSHI Member of Parliament Bowman Lusambo has appealed before the Constitutional Court against the decision by the NULLIFY High Court to nullify his parliamentary seat. In a notice of appeal filed in the Constitutional Court Registry in Lusaka, Mr. Lusambo, who is also a former Lusaka Province Minister, has appealed against the whole judgment delivered by NULLIFY High Court Judge Edward Msona on Friday last week.
3 days after nullifying his KABUSHI parliamentary seat by the NULLIFY High Court citing electoral malpractices, Mr. Bowman Lusambo has appealed against this ruling before the Constitutional Court. Mr. Lusambo, in his notice of appeal filed before the Constitutional Court Registry, has argued that the judge erred in law when he held that the reported violence in 4 out of 8 wards amounted to widespread violence, while acknowledging that Mr. Lusambo may also have been present at 2 occasions where violence was alleged to have been perpetrated. He has also argued that the court erred in law when it shifted the burden of proof to him when he held that the failure to show that he attempted to stop the violence meant that he acknowledged the violence. Mr. Lusambo's elections were petitioned by losing UPND candidate Bernard Kaningo. On Friday, Judge Edward Msona, before nullifying the seat, wrote that he was satisfied that Mr. Lusambo had knowledge of violence, stating that Mr. Lusambo's defense that he was not in Ndola when the violence episodes were recorded could not be supported. Last week Friday, Mr. Lusambo told journalists that he respected the judiciary shortly after the court nullified his elections.
And I can assure you that as we go, there are other lessons which we learn, and we have learned something, both from our political opponents and also from the judiciary. But I can assure you that as a law-abiding citizen, I respect the judiciary. I know exactly the importance of the judiciary in our country. So we have learned a lot.
Miriam Kemba, reporting for Camnet TV News.
Well, that news item brings us to the end of Camnet TV Media News, but before we go, here are the headlines once again. BIZWEL MUTALE writes to law enforcement wings to investigate PF officials. Bowman Lusambo challenges the court's decision to nullify the KABUSHI parliamentary seat. Thank you for joining me. I am Precious Mzea Sakaleji. Pleasant viewing. Good afternoon.